Hey crew, I'll give you a quick preview of at least one of the things on ESP Raw number 179. We'll be talking about, on the boxing portion of it, we'll be taking a look at the top 6, really 8, but the 6 primary uses of the rear straight as a counter in old school boxing. We've been culling through tons of fight films for this, guys. We're going to give you, instead of top 10, it really gets pared down to a bit, but these 6 will serve you well. And then as far as the old school rough and tumble, we'll be doing the old school whip, which was called a hell opener, or opening up some hell. Of course, what you see it on Raw, you'll see what we're talking about there. We'll give you several drills to work that bad boy up to speed. But in our dirty boxing clinch portion of the game, and everybody's got to have a clinch with MMA, right? If it's boxing, hell in street, things are going to get up nice and tight. We're going to be covering lots of ideas about using an outside 2-1 or getting to an outside 2-1 position. And today in this little clip, all I'm going to do is give you an idea of how to make this work from inside of the clinch position. If you're clinching properly, Kylie, can I bring in here, please? Let me go ahead and start. Over under clinch, make sure we're on the same page. We all know what we're talking about. We're both in neutral at this point. I got a right arm underhook, she's got a right arm underhook. I've got the left arm overhook, and she's got the opposite side. We're in neutral. Nobody's winning this thing right now unless one of us gets to a full-on position for a full-on double hook, or gets to the outside position here, because none of us are really seeking down this middle line. I want to move off to the side. She wants to move off to the side, so I want an outside line. But that's not the nature of the beast. We know that once we get here, we're in neutral. The fight is to get from this outside position. Yes, this is a drill position. Over under pummeling, swimming is a drill position. But we want to get, it's great uses for those 2-3 seconds to get the outside line for the fight. If you're not already pummeling, good God, I know everybody in the world should be pummeling at this point. We know it looks like every time we're trying to switch off position here, if I'm making a dip with the hand, she's doing the exact same thing. At the same time. Now, very big key on this while we're doing it. You can even shake this up into some bigger, chest bumping with everything, really popping each other around a little bit. I mean, don't take care of each other. You got to be hitting each other. But you'll see, the big key on this is to wipe your chest on this. She's doing this and I'm doing this. It's not just bringing this over the top, trying to power put your hand on this insertion point on the crook of the arm and driving it down. It's not the way to go. That's too much work. And not is it just too much work, also opens up offensive possibilities for my opponent. Good God, we don't want any of that. So to pummel correctly, what I'm saying, the chest bump, sorry, invisible, Kylie's in front of me, is I'm doing this, I'm not just putting the hand here, I'm bringing this all the way over, I'm pledging in allegiance improperly here, pledge it properly here now on this side, hand over the heart, and then I'm wiping it down. You always bring it all the way to the chest. You're ignoring that arm. You're not even thinking about arm as you're bringing it over. You're just thinking your own chest. Wipe. She's doing the same thing. Wiping. Even if you're going hard and fast, you're doing a chest wipe. You're not thinking about the arm whatsoever. So I'd like to bring that idea into play, but the reason we always want to be wiping, it's going to wind up being easier for us. Now I want you to pummel improperly, all right? So don't think about the wipe. It still looks the exact same way, but I can feel it's different. We're just going to start opening up these outside lines running. Get out of here. I don't even want to emphasize how we get there, but it opens up outside lines that you're going to start pulling off these outside 2-1s, true single arm underhooks, head controls, head drags all the way down the line. And the thing is, you'll know the difference between, you can feel the chest wipe happening for you, your job will get easier, but you can definitely feel it when they're not doing it, and it starts opening up all these wrist controls. And again, we'll be covering that on Raw 179. One I forgot to say, on the ground portion, we're talking about some old school tweaks to the Kimura, not the double wrist lock yet, the Kimura, because we're going to stay off that glove. And also talking about how to properly beat a top wrist lock. I show a few ideas that are floating around out there that are going to get in a whole lot of trouble. We'll show you 2 tactics to take care of that. But if you're trying to beat a top wrist lock with any sort of free arm shove or bridge and roll, we're going to give you 2 tactics to make sure, well, actually 3, that's going to rip that arm all to hell and make sure they never do that again. All right, anyway, Raw 179 going to be released, I think it's tomorrow. Chock full of stuff, 33 something drills on it, boxing, rough and tumble, clinch work, ground work, tons more details of it. Just have a look at the newsletter and see what I'm talking about.